Hello and welcome to Conceptual Physics. This is PHY110 and this is the fall semester of Conceptual Physics here at Stanley Community College. My name is Dr. Kristen Walker and I'm going to be your instructor for this semester. Just a little bit of background, I'm now entering my 9th year of teaching physics. I only teach this course online at Stanley. I teach at another school, full-time, teach physics there. So as far as trying to contact me, I do have my phone number on the syllabus, but usually the best way of contacting me is through Gmail or through the Stanley email. But again, we can talk through the phone if needed. Again, this is taught remotely. I'm not on campus, but we can always arrange either phone meetings or even some sort of Skype or virtual meeting if you need to contact me. So a couple things about this video. This video is mostly just to give you a sense of how to navigate in Moodle and what the expectations of this course are. So you can see it here in Moodle. One thing is to know is there is going to be one chapter per module, and we cover one module per week. And all the work for a module is due every Wednesday night at midnight. The exception is that a little around Thanksgiving, from Thanksgiving to the end of the year, the modules are due on Fridays because around Thanksgiving I end up giving you a week and a half rather than a week to complete a module because of the Thanksgiving holiday. So make note of the due dates here. As far as accessing each module, you can either scroll down and you can see all the modules down. Or if you don't want to scroll down, especially later in the semester, you can just go ahead and click on whatever chapter or module that you want. And you can also go back and forth between the different chapters, scrolling that way, or again, always at the top page is how you access everything. All right, so let me talk through the syllabus first, and then I'll show how to navigate some things as we look at the syllabus. Make sure that you complete the Netiquette activity. That's something you have to do for all online classes. Here's the syllabus both in the PDF form so you can download it, or also you can just view it online. So a couple things. Again, here's my contact information. You will need a textbook. The textbook should be at the bookstore. You can also find it used on Amazon or wherever. I understand it may take a week or so to get it, so the first 2 chapters are available scanned in, and I'll show them to you in Module 1 and Module 2. Beyond that, I can't provide it due to copyright issues, but at least you have, if you don't get your book right away, you still can keep up with the work. I'll let you read through all the details here, but I just want to point out a couple things. Mostly the grading. You see that the grades are based on 3 major things that are in every single module. There is a homework assignment, there's a discussion assignment, and then there's a quiz. Each one is 10 points, and then there's a final exam for 50. And then you can see your total number of points divided by 5. There is a grade book on Moodle that you'll be able to see your grade as you go, and that's based on current points that based on what has been earned. So once you put it, it doesn't include any incomplete assignments unless you put a 0 in there. And again, you can see the schedule here. So there is 1 week where there's a fall break, and then you notice right around Thanksgiving is when things are starting due on Friday, and then the finals due on the Wednesday. All right, so let's look at those 3 components that you're going to find in every single module. So for every module, you're going to find a little video about the topic for that chapter. There's going to be a PowerPoint, and it's just a PDF PowerPoint slides, really highlighting key things from the chapter. So as far as going about a typical week, is you may want to start off with this, and then maybe having this PowerPoint up as you read through the chapter. Most of this course is self-paced, self-paced throughout the week, and then answering questions. And then there may be some supplemental materials. This is the chapter 1 and also chapter 2 if you don't have the textbook right away. So you're always going to see some supplemental material. and then you'll see your assignments. I thought I was going to sneeze there. Excuse me. All right, so for everyone, you're going to have a discussion, a homework, and a module, a quiz. So usually the order you want to do things are pretty much in this order. You know, watch the video, kind of skim through the chapter, get a rough idea of the chapter topic, and then there's going to be a discussion assignment. Now you can complete this really anytime during the week, but there are two main components to it. First, you have to answer the question to the best of your ability. I'm not grading on whether it's correct or not. I'm just grading on, are you supporting your answer? Are you answering at least 3 sentences is basically, have you put some thought into it? Now, one thing you'll notice is you don't see other people's posts until you make your post. But I do ask, and I'm going to take points off if you don't do this on time, if everyone posted their first post on Wednesday, the due date, then you're not going to have time to see other posts. Just like we would meet in a class, say we had a meeting on Monday, and then something's due on Friday. Even though everything's due on Wednesday, I do want you to post your first response by Sunday evening. Okay, so you want to make sure you always log on between Sunday or Wednesday and Sunday to at least post this and to start reading through the chapters. And then you're going to submit everything else by Wednesday. Okay, again, this is allow time for people to read. Again, I'm not grading on correctness. So you may be correct, you may be not. That's part of the discussion. So you post your response. Once you post it, then you'll be able to view the other responses, unless you're the first one to post. Then the second part, so that's going to be worth 6 points out of the 10 points, just based on your initial post. And then the additional 4 points are going to be based on the 2 responses you give to 2 other students, so 2 points each. So you'll be able to see them. You click on them and then you respond saying, okay, you maybe agree with what they say, maybe they could have worded it differently, maybe you disagree. Again, still be polite in your responses, but again, it is okay to point out maybe errors in each other. Again, we're all here to learn. So with that, and also with that, going back to something I forgot before, getting to know each other, one way to get to know each other is at the very beginning. There is a welcome form that I would like you to post to introduce yourself. We also have a scientific method lesson and quiz that's required for all science courses here at Stanley. Okay, so again, the discussion, you want to do that kind of throughout the week, at least getting the first post by Sunday and then the response post by the due date. Once you read through the material, then you can also do this as you read through the material. For every homework, there are 10 questions, and they're found at the end of the chapter. One thing is to be very careful of is there's different categories of questions. There's review questions, there's exercises, there's one-step calculations, I think there may be problems. Make sure you answer the questions numbered from the correct category. Because there's 2 number 6s at the end of chapter 1. One is a review question, one is the exercise. So you're going to answer these questions just in a Word document. Make sure you use complete sentences and try to restate the question, again, so that anyone reading it that didn't read the question from the book would be able to follow what you have written. So once you've done that, you're going to have some sort of Word document or some sort of word processing document. It could be a rich text format or Word. You go here to add your submission. And then you want to either drag your file here or you can browse. If you click here, it browses through your computer. You could do upload a file, and you could go through things like that. Okay, so you make sure you save the changes, and then that I'll grade. I try to get my grading done definitely within the week. I try to get done with things due on Wednesday. I try to get them graded by Friday or Saturday, but some weeks it may be a little later. Okay. And then once you've done that, the very last thing is a quiz. And the quizzes are 10 multiple choice questions. You actually have 2 attempts for each one of these, and they take the highest grade. And that's graded instantaneously. So instantaneously, you get your quiz grade, and these other 2, you have to wait until I've graded them myself, okay? So those are for all the chapters. Again, pretty standard, very consistent setup. You have discussion, homework, quiz. And notice these check boxes. Some of these you check yourself just to let you know you have viewed it, you've done whatever. Some of these will check automatically once you've submitted something. And then at the very end of the semester, there is a there's a final exam. So there's a final exam that consists of 50 multiple choice questions. A lot of them are pulled out from quizzes throughout the semester, and some other ones, there's a whole test bank that it pulls from. There is a review that has about 20 to 30 questions per chapter, and you're welcome to work through that. If you want to work through that and check your answers, you can just email them to me and I'll check them. I don't have the solutions posted, but I do ask if you do that, work on it as you go. Don't, the last day that I'll take any questions for that will be the Friday before this day, the Friday that this module is due, Friday, December 8th, because I don't want a pile load of questions to grade or to respond to the night before the finals due or the night of the final. So make sure if you want to do that, you work ahead of time, okay? So that's the basic overview. Again, you just need a textbook. One thing to comment too is this is a 3-credit course. So if you only need 3 credits and you don't need a lab, then you only need to be enrolled in PH110. If you need a lab, or if you need 4 credits, then you also need to be enrolled in 110A, which I'm also teaching that. So there's additional resources needed for the lab. But this is just the lecture portion, the physics content itself. Okay? So I believe that's everything. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions, especially as you get started. And I look forward to a good semester. Take care.